Hello students, in this second part of survey map, let us continue with the rest of the questions of survey map. Let's see the question. Identify the drainage pattern in grid square 0803, 0704 and 0605. Let's see 0803. This is 08 eastings. And this is 03 northings. Now let's see the drainage pattern, which is the square. This is the square. Okay, here what kind of drainage pattern you can find? You see this black lines, they are making this kind of pattern. Okay, so whenever you find this kind of pattern, that means streams are radiating from a common point to all the direction, then we can call it as a radial pattern. Then another pattern is that, suppose this is a main stream and other streams are joining at a right angle with the main stream, then you can call it as trellis. Okay, then the third type of pattern is that it looks like a branch of a tree, then you can call it as a dendritic pattern. Then one more pattern you will find like this. If you find this kind of pattern, then you can call it as disappearing stream or underground drainage. It can be called as disappearing stream or underground drainage. Accordingly, we found that this pattern is of radial. Then the next grid square is that 0703. Let's see 04, 0704. Here you see which is the grid coming, this particular grid. Okay, in this let's see the pattern. Here you see the pattern. So this is called a trellis. This is the trellis pattern. Okay, and one more grid square, it says that 0605. Let's see 0605. This is 06 and this is 05. Which is the square? This is the square. Here you can find which one? A disappearing stream. If you observe clearly, you can see this is a disappearing stream or underground drainage. Now one more pattern we have to find out that you can see in this map. You see here if you observe this one, you see this one, this is a dendritic pattern. So these are the four type of drainage pattern. Moving to the next question. What is the meaning of motorable in dry season written in southwest? Where is southwest here? You know the direction very well. This is southwest. This is northeast. Here is southeast. And here is northwest. So here in southwest you can see that it is written motorable in dry season. Here meaning is that this area, this road is not suitable for the vehicles during the monsoon season or during the rainy season. Otherwise you can say that road can be used only during the summer season. That is the meaning of motorable in dry season. Moving to the next question. E, question number E, let's see. No, C, you see, which is the geographical feature is shown in northeast. C, question C, which geographical feature is shown in northeast? Let's see which one? Northeast corner. Where is the northeast of this map? Here is the northeast. Okay, so you can see here one figure. You see, if you observe here, you see the figure. It is a broken ground, black curved line. Okay, broken ground. The broken grounds are mainly formed due to the absence of vegetation and flood. Okay, how the broken grounds are formed? Mainly these are formed due to the flood and absence of vegetation. So next question, let's see. Question E. Let's see question E. List 4 physical features shown on the map extract. Yes, which are the 4 physical features shown on the map extract? You can find broken ground here. This is a broken ground as a, just now we discussed, broken ground as a physical feature. This is a physical feature. Broken ground. Then these streams, you can see all the black lines. Okay, so this all the black lines, these are also physical features. Okay, then vegetation also you find, like palm trees and all, they are also physical features. And then contour lines you find here. You see brown lines, they forms mountains and other features. So these are all the physical features. Here let's see, sometimes the question can be asked, what are the natural features and man-made features found in this map extract? You see man-made features, you know, settlement with the red square, you will find number of settlements. So settlement is a man-made feature. Then metal road you can find in this. You can see this bold red line. This is the metal road. So this is also a man-made feature. Other than that, you can see the water reservoir. Water reservoir, or you can say is a tank. Okay, water reservoir or tank. This is a man-made feature. Then if you observe clearly, you can find post office in some places, PTO, postal and telegraph offices. Now in the new map you will find only the symbol of post office and all that changes, you have to go through. So these are all the man-made features. Then you will also find natural features or physical features. Natural features or, then you should know what are milestone. Okay, milestones are this one. You see 20. It's written on roads, metal roads. You will find with the red ink letter numbering. That is called milestone. You see 20, 21. Milestone, you know what is the use of milestone. When you travel, you can observe milestone on the roads. Okay. Yes, 20, 21. These are all milestone. Then you can also find spot heights in many places. It is the spot height. Yes, here you see, if you observe clearly, you can see a dot. Okay, you can see a dot here, then a black numbering. This is called spot height. You can see dot 444. This is also spot height. Clear. Now this 172. What does this 172 indicate? Don't get confused. 172 indicates a survey tree. You can see a survey tree here. Okay. Usually trees are in green color. Here it is looking in a black color. So this is a survey tree. 172 shows the survey tree. But rest, whenever you see a black dot and a numbering, then it is a spot height. Then you can also see the triangulated height. Where is this triangulated? This is, you see 181 here. This is also a survey tree. 181 survey tree. 180 showing here, survey tree. What do you mean by DEP? DEP is depression. DEP is it indicates depression. Then he can see a triangulated height 217. It is a triangle also, symbol is also there. So that is called a triangulated height. Okay. Then you find the sand dunes here. You see, you can find in this map, it may not be so clear. You can see here this brown features. You will find some kind of, you see this kind of brown. It's almost brown only, not yellow color. This kind of features. You will find these features everywhere. These are sand dunes. These features are, always remember, these are sand dunes. These features are sand dunes. Okay. Suppose you see 10R. Let us focus on this 10R. You see here, you will find, you are finding a 10R here. This is the height of the sand dune, relative. Whenever you find 10R here, wherever a sand dune is there, then you can write as relative height of sand dune. Clear? Then you all know that these black figures are the broken ground. Then you are finding the river also here. Okay, the river is there, dried bed of the river. You see, this is the river. You can see a figure here in the middle. This is an island. Okay. So these are all the some of the other important figures. You can also find vegetation. Where here you see vegetation. In this corner you find, northwest corner you will find vegetation. Now if you observe very clearly, you can see the contour lines in this. Contour lines, you see here in the 542 spot height. If you observe clearly, in your map you can go through that, this figure. In your textbook it will be more clear. This is black only. Yes, this kind of brown figure, this kind of number of brown lines. Brown lines, always remember, it is a contour lines. Okay, so if you find this kind of figure with the contour line is formed, you can call it as a conical hill. This is a physical feature as conical hill, and 542 shows the height of this conical hill. Okay, let's see next question. Now let us solve a question of area. Already we have done this, but once again, Eastings 12 to 16. Where is Eastings 12 to 16? You know that Eastings are the vertical line. Okay, so 12 to 16. This is the 16. Okay, then next is Northings 18 to 20. This is northing. All the horizontal lines are northings. 18 to 22. So you have to find the area. Now, which are the squares coming inside 12 to 16 and 18 to 22? You see this? This is the square. These are the area coming under. Okay. Now you have to find the area. How to find the area? You know that one grid square is equal to 1 kilometer. So how many grid squares are there? One square shows, the area of one square is 1 kilometer. Then accordingly, how many squares are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Accordingly, what is the area of this? As per mentioning the question, what is the area? 16 kilometer square. Area is always kilometer square. So 16 kilometer square is the area of this particular question. I hope that you understood the question of area. And suppose a question come, what is the total area of given map extract? What is the total area of this given map extract? If a question like that, then how will you answer? You see, look at this map. Here you see total area. You have to find out totally how many squares are there. So how will you find out? You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So vertical columns are 11 and horizontal you see how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 11 into 9. So how much it is? 99 square kilometer square. This is the area of the total map extract. So I hope that you understood this, how to find the area. Then you also know what is that length of the map extract. What is the length of this map extract? Suppose the question is asked that to find the length of this map extract, how much? You see a vertical line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11th one you see the size is little smaller. Anyway, let's consider it as just like other square only. Okay. Suppose in the real map, if it is of given half of the square, then you have to calculate accordingly. Okay, half of the square, then instead of 1 kilometer, half kilometer only you need to calculate. 1 square means 1 kilometer. So here 11. So what is that length of this map? Is that 11 kilometer. It is 11 kilometer. If it is area, then you have to find vertical lines and horizontal lines, number of grid square, then you need to multiply. So this is the total, this is the length of this map extract. Suppose if there is a question comes, what is the contour interval of the given map extract? Contour interval of map is always 20 meters. It is given. It is given in every map. You see at the bottom of every map you can find the contour interval. Contour interval is 20 meters. Okay. Now what is the scale of this given map extract? You see 1:50,000. Otherwise question is what is the RF? RF is the representative fraction is 1:50,000. And here I told you that different scales are there. 3 type of scales already you have studied. Statement scale also is there. Statement scale is also given here, which is that 2 centimeter to 1 kilometer. You see 2 centimeter to 1 kilometer here statement scale, and this is the RF scale 1:50,000. So at the bottom linear scale is also given. You see this linear scale. You see this is the linear scale. Usually when they ask the question what is the scale of this given map extract, you need to write what is that 1:50,000. Okay. Sometimes they will mention it as what is the RF of this given map extract. Then suppose a question comes, what type of rainfall is experienced in this map extract? Any time, any of the map, it is seasonal rainfall. What type of rainfall? Always it is seasonal rainfall. What are the evidence? Sometimes they also ask the evidence. You can write dry stream, presence of dry stream, Then dry riverbed, you can see here dry riverbed. Suppose in this map, here you see number of dry streams are there, like evidence of seasonal rainfall. Dry streams, dry riverbed, broken ground, because broken ground is also formed due to the extreme dryness after the flood. Then you can write, you see open scrub. Whenever you find open scrub, so these are all the evidence to show that this region is experiencing seasonal rainfall. Then you can also causeway. If you find causeway, where is the causeway? In some of the map you can also find a causeway. You see here, wherever the metal roads are there, you find the causeway. You see causeways. These are all the indication of seasonal rainfall. How? Because you see during the summer season, when the river dry up, streams dry up, people start passing these streams. So there forms a pathway. So that is called causeway. So these are all the evidence. Then motorable in dry season, that is also evidence of a seasonal rainfall. You can see here motorable in dry season. So you can write all these. Suppose any two evidence, then you need to write any two or three. Maximum they will ask 3, 4, not more than that. So these are all the evidence to prove that this region is experiencing seasonal rainfall. Then we discuss what is the common pattern, what is the general pattern of settlement. You see everywhere, most of the place you find all nucleated settlement. These are all nucleated settlement. So general pattern of settlement is that nucleated settlement. Then this here is the general pattern is that linear. What is the general pattern of settlement? Linear. This is linear, this is linear. Okay, so here general pattern of settlement is linear. So such kind of questions also can be asked. Then what else to discuss? Okay, 10R. What do you mean by 10R? This is the relative height of the embankment of the reservoir. Otherwise, relative height of the reservoir also you can write. Of the relative height of the reservoir is 10 meter. Then you find, you know how to find out the temple. You see temple is here, here is one temple. Here 13R is showing relative height of the sand dune. Then sometimes if there is a perennial well is given, then you can mention it as near the perennial well blue spot. If any R is found, let's see. Perennial wells. These are the blue lines. This blue spots indicates perennial well. Suppose you see, for example, if you are finding here 6R like this, then you have to write relative depth of the perennial well. Okay, 6R is found near the blue spot, then relative depth of the perennial well. Then sometimes near the river bank also you can find this 3R, 6R and all. That is the relative depth of the river bank. Can you see anywhere relative depth of the river bank? Okay, that we will see later. So R indicates the relative height or relative depth. Clear? Then what else to discuss? You see the direction of the river, and otherwise what is the general slope of the land? Suppose a question comes, what is the general slope of the land? You have to see the spot height here. Okay, it start from here 473, 444, 399, 268, so like that, 285. So here you find the spot height is being decreasing, 180. So it is going on decreasing. So accordingly we understand that the slope of the land is from north east to northwest. Slope of the land is from northeast to northwest. Otherwise you can write in symbol from actually east to west. Slope of the land is from east to west. Then what is the direction of the river? What is the flow of the direction of the river? For that also you have to see the spot height. You see here, suppose this is the Banas river flowing. Now plus what is the flow of the direction of the river? Here also you have to see the spot height. You see that 473, 470. See like this height is being 233, 270. So like that, it is going on decreasing. So you can write it as the slope of the land is north east to southwest. It is decreasing towards the south. So the flow of the river is, direction of the flow of the river is northeast to southwest. Then how to understand the bank, left bank or right bank? Sometimes there can be question asked related to left bank, which are the important settlement or important physical features are found in the right bank of the river or left bank. So for that you should be able to identify which is the right bank and left bank. Now you understood the flow of the river is like this. This is the direction of the flow of the river. So imagine that you are standing here facing the flow of the river. Okay, if you are standing here facing the flow, your right hand side will be right bank and left hand side will be left bank. Clear? So right side and left side. So accordingly you have to decide the right bank. And so imagine that you're flowing, you're standing facing the flow of the river. Okay, so this is accordingly you can decide right bank and left bank. So suppose a question comes, on which bank of the Banas river does the Balram Nadi joins with the Banas river? On which bank of the Banas river Balram Nadi joins? Which bank it is? Left bank. Accordingly we learn that this is the left bank. So it is joining at the left bank. Now in which bank of the Banas river the settlement Kajra is located? Where is the settlement Kajra? This is the settlement of Kajra. So that is on the right bank of the river. So in this way this kind of questions can be asked. Then slope of the land we discussed, then flow of the direction of the river also we discussed. Then let's see, so anything is left out hereafter you can ask me if you have any doubt. I hope that everything is discussed. You see vegetation is the open mixed jungle is found here. This is the vegetation. So wherever the green color is found, that is vegetation. So what type of occupation here? When you see, if yellow land, yellow patches, then their cultivation is there. If forest region green color, then occupation is forestry. And if open scrub is found, then occupation is sheep rearing or cattle rearing. Then you can find in some places like rock outcrop, then stony waste. Let's see in which one all these are found. Yes, stony waste. Yeah, in this map you see here stony waste is there. Some places you can find rock outcrop. Yes, here you see, you observe clearly here, rock outcrop is there, stony waste, sheet rock also you find, sheet rock. So in these areas, rock outcrop, stony waste, sheet rock, lime kiln, sometimes lime kiln. So all these areas occupation will be quarrying or mining, etc. Mining and quarrying can be the main occupation. So these are the uncultivable land. Wherever you find the sheet rock, rock outcrop, all these are the uncultivable land. Their occupation can be quarrying and mining. Quarrying or stone cutting also you can write. Quarrying and mining. Open scrub, the occupation is cattle rearing or sheep rearing. Yellow patches, occupation is cultivation. If you find some places, you see some settlement. Suppose, for example, a big settlement is shown there. Then if they ask the occupation, then you have to see, for example, here occupation. Here you see a metal road is going here. So accordingly you can write trade is the occupation here. You can write trade. Okay. Then you can see a temple also here. Then you can write priesthood. You can write as the occupation. Then if you find post office, then you can write working in post office or a police station if PS is found. Okay. Then some places you will find DB. DB may be written in black color. What is DB? Director's Bungalow. DB is Director's Bungalow. Clear? So these are all the things. Then what else to discuss? So occupation also we discussed. Then annual fair. In which area settlement annual fair is a people meet once in a year. That is, you see where the annual fair is found. There are only people. Which settlement is that? Palmyra settlement. What is the advantage of that? Sometimes they may ask, what are the advantage of this particular settlement? Police station, post office, cart track. If there is a metal road, you can write also metal road. Okay, seeing the figure, you can write what are the advantages. So I think so many things we have discussed. Then what are the source of irrigation? In this map extract, you can write reservoir is there. You see, this is this blue line. It is a reservoir. Then canal is also there. You see, canal is written. This black line is that canal. Canal is there. Then if perennial wells are there, you can see this blue line is not so visible. Blue spots. Yes, if number of blue spots are there, that blue spots, then you have to write the main source of irrigation is that perennial wells. Most of the time main source of irrigation can be perennial wells. Okay. Then so these are all the things to discuss. Yes, if anything is left out, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. All the best. And few more things are there. You see here, you see 6R. What does this 6R mean by? This is the relative height of the river bank. Okay, so near the river side, if you find like this 6R, then relative height of the river bank. You see here also 3R, relative height of the river bank. Clear? Then sometimes dry tank also you need to identify. Where is this dry tank? You can see number of dry tank in this. Yes, this is a dry tank. Sometimes near the dry tank also R can be given. Then you have to write that is relative height of the dry tank. You see here also dry tank is there. So this kind of figures are the dry tanks. Okay, these dry tanks are also the evidence of seasonal rainfall. So dry riverbed you can see, dry tank, exposed riverbed, these are all the indication of a seasonal rainfall. If you observe in the map, in many places you can find the dry tank. Okay, so that also you need to keep in mind. Then what does this blue line in the middle of the river indicates? You can find a blue line. In this map it is not so clear. In your textbook it is clear. Okay, blue line in the middle of the river indicates what is that? A perennial stream or a water channel. You can write it as a water channel or perennial stream. Okay, that is what the meaning of this blue line shown in the middle of the river. Then sometimes question can be asked, which is the highest point of this map extract? Which is the highest point? You see the spot height, this numbering, then you see that all the numbering you see, then you see 542 is the highest. Then sometimes they can also ask the lowest point. Lowest point, you see this numbering 180, like that you have to observe all the numbering. Then which one is the lowest one, you have to write down. Sometimes they might ask what is the difference between highest point and lowest point. Highest point, then 542, then minus, you find out which is the lowest point from the map extract. Highest value of number which is given in the map extract, then you need to subtract and write the answer. Then sometimes you will find this kind of numbering with the brown color. You see numbering with the brown color, you see in this brown color is not so visible. You see here 200, this is 400, it is in brown color. These lines are also brown color. So these lines are, that contour lines. And now this, if it is brown colored numbering is found, what is that? You have to write it as contour height. That is the contour height. This black color numbering is that spot height. That you remember, black color numbering is spot height. And brown color numbering is that contour height. I hope that I discussed almost everything. Further any doubt you can clarify from me. All the best, children.